Hi everyone, welcome to tonight's live. First of all, I'd like to apologise for the delay, but we had some technical issues there. I'll just wait for some of you to come on. You can see that 2 are on anyway. Just send me a message in the chat so I can get to know you. I'm just going to chill down with my pendulum. Hi Linda, welcome to the show. Nice to see you. Hi Kat. I need my glasses. Hi Stephanie. Hi Ashteen. Hi Kat. Again. I'm just chilling down and then we'll get going. Just wait for a few others. Hi Amanda, nice to see you. As I say, I'm sorry for the delay, but there was some techno problems. I'm always good. Facebook user. Anyway, it's nice to see you all. Deborah Lowther, hello and welcome. These are Astro Insights. So I'm going to begin with Aries shortly. See what happens in your own star sign. Just remember that this show is about online psychics live. If you go to that site to book me, please wait till after the show. Also, there are quite a lot of psychics there, and I know for sure that they're all very good. So if you want to book one of the others as well, just go over to the web page. Right, as ever, I'm going to begin my live. Hi, Megan. Yeah, I start with Aries and I go right through the zodiac, Megan. So when I get to yours, it'll come up here in the little, like I've got Aries there. Well, it's good to be biased, whoever you are, but we are all good on Psychics Live. I can vouch for that. And we're all vetted. So, as ever, I always start by playing my singing bowl before I get into the signs, because it helps me to chill down and maybe... Hi, Michelle. Nice to see you. It helps me to chill down, and it might help you to chill down as well. Now, I can't see your name. There is a way that you can do it. I'm not sure. I'll look into it. If somebody can help this Facebook user and tell her how she can put a name on the chat. So chill down, everyone. I'm going to get on with the signs shortly, but I'd like to just go into the moment with my singing bowl. hope you like that. Hi, Betty. Someone's saying that they could have gone in disguise. Okay. So we're going to start with Aries. Remember, these are sun signs. They are general. It will be affecting some of you. It might not be affecting some of you. You'd have to have a reading to get like a specific direction for you. Hi, Blanca. I think that you may be talking about the singing bowl. I'm not sure. So, Aries is the first sign, and I'm going to begin now. There is this Mercury retrograde, which is beginning. There has been a few setbacks for Aries. There is going to be a few setbacks this week, but you need to look at your heart. From now till Tuesday, there's going to be mixed signals around you. You really nothing's clear for you, and there is things which need to balance out for you. However, slowly as we go through this week, and also for the next 2 weeks after, things will start to get back on track for Aries, and things will start to open up again. You need to kind of devote your time at present to harmonizing yourself, and you need to compromise with certain things, whatever that may be, whether it's emotions, whether it's work, whether it's out with other people. You need to be strong-minded. I also feel it's a time for meeting other people. So keep that in your mind. New people. However, within your career or work situations, or generally certain people which you know of who are around you, there could be arguments or disruptions. Please be warned about that. I would say that is this week, so keep that in your mind. You need to laugh it off, I've wrote here. You know, what it's basically saying, your charts, is if there is a disruption or somebody causes you a bit of a low, you are to deal with it by laughing it off. Don't get involved, just stay out of it. The next couple of weeks is all about that, but after this week, you're going to start to become more positive. This Thursday is kind of the full moon in Capricorn, so it's going to, remember this is your sun sign, it's about achievement. You're looking at the past period, perhaps 6 or 7 months. You want things to now become positive. You're going into a period of attraction, Aries. There is going to be new beginnings. There is going to be new beginnings. Please look out for what I've just said about this communication thing with other people. Just hold, bite your lip. Don't get too involved in it. Financially, there are going to be a few hiccups, so I'd like you to be on your guard financially as well this week. Hi, Jim. Good evening. So I'd like you to be on your guard this week, Aries. Don't be spending your hard-earned cash, and just go with the flow of it. You're coming into a period now, this week, of standing on your own 2 feet, being positive about things. You kind of need to put your name on things. The past few weeks, maybe months, have been quite unpredictable for Aries. Now it's time to move on. But in moving on, there is this kind of patience which you need, especially with other people or new people who are going to be around you. Remember what I said about biting your bottom lip. If you're thinking about anything new this week, creative-wise, or applying for a new career, a new job, it seems pretty good to do that this week. So I would hedge my bets. So if something comes up, I think that you need to be putting yourself forward for that. On the emotion and on the love side of things, again, I'm back to this biting your bottom lip. Don't get into any arguments. Think on the positives rather than the negatives. By the end of the week, this feeling will be shifting and moving on. That was the charts for Aries. I've also picked out 2 cards like I normally do. One is a Moonology card and the other card is Healing card. Hi, Colleen. Blessings to you too. Hi, Billy. Nice to see you. So, Moonology for Aries. The card that I chose here was look at the bigger picture. It's the full moon in Sagittarius. It's this card here. Nice picture. We'll get there, Stanley. I'm going through all of them. I've just begun and we're on Aries. Look at the bigger picture. It's about looking and focusing on the way forward, but also looking at the bigger picture. It's about opening new boundaries, but it also brings a bit of caution. Like I said in the charts, this week there is going to be this wee bit of unpredictability. And I feel like, again, I'm mentioning it again, please don't say things untoward. Hold yourself back. If you do and just laugh at things, you will move forward with great gusto. This card is a positive card. It's the full moon in Sagittarius. It's quite an adventurous card. It's saying that the time is coming now. So this week, positive feelings, but kind of hold yourself back where others are concerned. I also picked a healing card for Aries, and the healing card that I chose was Secular Change, which is all about what I've just said, really. This cycle change, moving forward, letting go a wee little bit from past things which have caused some strife or confusion. It's about change. But in that secular change comes rebirth as well. It's about love healing. It's about, it is a wee little bit about confusion with others. But then after that, a union merging. It's about going into a wholeness, about a completion. It's about new connections for you. It's about kind of anchoring your love onto other things. It's about truth. And it's all about what this card is saying to me, Aries, is you're ready. But this week, especially in the middle of the week, just refrain, hold back. Aries are going to be doing A-OK over the next period, but there is this big kind of reflection which Aries are going to be making. So keep it in your mind. So that's all good. So that was Aries. I'm going to move on to, let's see, Taurus the Bull now. Going through all the signs here. I'll just do something here. There we go. Taurus. So, if you tuned in last week, which was on the actual Psychics Live web page, you will know that I talked about Taurians and the way things were rolling backwards, and it was quite an up and down period for Taurus, the bull. They kind of were up one minute and down the next. There was confusion. It was in retrograde. And then I said to you towards the end of last week that things would start to motivate and move forward. There. Move forward again. So we've come into this week now. Things are still a bit higgledy-piggledy, for want of a better word, for Taurus. It's been, what I've wrote here is, it's been a funny kind of springtime, but we're in summer now. You to take hold of your heart, you know, from tomorrow, Tuesday, things are going to bounce. So if you've been kind of holding back, or there's been negativity, or there's been emotion, if there's been health issues, tomorrow sees the turning point of that. And spiritually and mentally, you're going to start to move forward. The effect of Gemini in your chart has made financial things a bit hard. You've had to be easy on your spending. And I think that, you know, it's caused a bit of a upheaval for Taurians. Taurians like nice things, you know. They like to shop and these type of things. You need to just curtail it a wee little bit. From next week, things will move forward in that respect. It's saying think, you know, like I wrote here, think before you go down to the precinct or the shop and start buying new things. This week will see an ending to that, but more towards the end of the week. Some Taurians will have been under the weather, will have been out of sorts, will have been tired, would have been lethargic, but this is coming to a psychological change. And I say psychological because, and I chose that word specifically because I feel that a lot of this change with Taurus, which is affecting perhaps health areas too, is to do with stress issues, is to do with the way things have been, the past reflections, even coronavirus, all your thoughts there spinning round, Taurus, and you need to now, this week, take a big breath of relief, because things are going to start to bounce forward, and tomorrow is a key day for you. You may be dreaming of wanderlust, you may be dreaming of getting out, communicating with your friends again, opening up to new things. We've all been in this kind of concentration camp for like nigh on 2 years now, and we want this change, you know, we're all waiting for it. It's affected Taurans, this coronavirus. You want to move on. So it's all these little things that have been building up. You need to start planning. You need to start thinking about planning and thinking about where you're going, or where you would like to go. Career-wise, I feel that there is a tiredness. Although you perhaps are quite happy in your work environment, there is this tiredness. There is this lust to change things with certain Taurians. There is this passion to move on. keep that in your mind. On an emotional and love level for Taurus, if you're in a relationship already, that will kind of see a breeze going through it. You love your partner, but there will be this kind of breeze going through it. And it might be this cycle change as well, affecting that a little bit, but it will be okay. You are to stay at it. If you're a single Taurus, you will have thought, when is it my time to move forward? And those thoughts will be there predominantly at the end of this week. You're not to kick off about it. You are to just be in the moment. Things happen when they're meant to happen. And I've wrote that here for Taurus. Things are meant to happen when they are meant to happen. So kind of stand back from that thought and just go with the flow, Taurus, is the message in that. So that was kind of your charts which I wrote. As ever, I've picked a Moonology card and I have picked a healing card for Taurus. So let's have a look. The Moonology card I chose for Taurus, and I always leave these cards upside down. I always say this. So I don't even know what's on the card myself until I start to read it. It's the full moon in Cancer, and it's a personal issue reaches a resolution. With this personal issue, we all have some sort of personal issues, but with Taurus, it's more up here in the mind at the moment. It's like reflections. It's like what's just been, the stress. It may be affecting your health a wee little bit. You need to just and have this breathing. Have this breathing period. Sorry about this. Sorry, I have to have my phone on because my mother, and she's 94 and she's on her own. So a personal issue reaches a resolution. So these are clear thoughts in your mind that are coming into being. So all these things which have been going on for Taurus is reaching a level, is reaching a better understanding, and things are, the end of this week, going to start to see a lot of clearance of clutter. You're feeling a lot better with yourself if you've been feeling poorly. Things are starting to shine again for Taurus. A personal issue reaches resolution. This could just mean all the things that have been accumulating in your life reaching a conclusion. It's a nice card. I like the blue. Healing card for Taurus is Spiral of Grace. Now, like in the charts I was saying that things have been going like this or like this for Taurus. This is the Spiral of Grace. It's about learning the lessons of what's happened. It's about karma. It's about healing old wounds. It's about transforming the way you view love and your love life. It's about coming into the moment and trusting somebody again. If you're already attached, trusting that person and going with the flow of that situation. It's about expansion, and it's about the wheel of karma, and it's about the journey of love, Taurus, But also, what is very important with this card this week, remember, is to always practice, before loving anybody else, loving you. And that's very in this card, this Spiral of Grace. It's about having the grace within yourself to give to yourself a wee bit now and moving on. Let go of the past, yeah, and explore new options. See it swirling, yeah. Remember, this is not affecting every Taurus, but it'll be affecting a fair few. So spiral of grace, all in all, Taurus, even though I've described things from kind of last week going into this week, things are going to pan out. Things are going to get positive again. So keep that in your mind, please. All in all, at the end of this week, there is going to be positive conclusions and you're going to feel A-OK. Any niggly health, you're going to feel A-OK. So that was Taurus the bull. If there's any Taurians in the audience, could you let me know if that made one ounce of sense to you? Thank you. Now we've come to the elusive twins, which is Gemini. Just let me have some water. I get very thirsty when I'm doing these signs. Go back to comments. So Michelle says it's bang on for her. Remember, I always say these are sun signs. It might not be affecting all Taurians, but it will be affecting a fair few. Okay? So now let's move on. The elusive twins. Right, so I've been working on these charts this morning. You know, Gemini, there has been this effect of this retrograde going on. It began around the 28th, 29th of May. It's been kind of there going this way, and now it needs to go that way. It is kind of going that way, but it's not quite over yet. So it has been having this effect on Gemini, on other signs too, but Gemini, you know, it's like you need to keep up and you need to justify certain things in your life. You need to evolve out of this backward motion. You need to go this way. You need change. Mercury's coming in. It's going to be around Tuesday. Things are going to start to focus and things are going to start to move on for Gemini. The power is forward, and it's going to be forward motion, Gemini, from around Thursday. Well, we'll say the end of the week. We can't be that precise, but we'll say the end of the week until well into next month, which is July. But this week sees this change coming in, sees this new powerful way of expressing yourself, which has been not there because of this retrograde thing, you know. And it's been causing mind issues. On the other side, on the positive sides of that, is that it's given you time to reflect, has given you time to look at where you want to be going, has given you time to perhaps analyze your life and think about going with a different flow. All these connections are coming together this week, Gemini. You know, I always say it every time I talk about Geminis. Please don't take me the wrong way, but you have an angel sitting on one shoulder and you have a wee little demon sitting on the other. What the good one says to you and what the bad one says to you are going in one ear and they're meeting you in the middle. You know, you need to get away from this one, and start thinking for yourself, basically. It's got to be the middle road with Gemini. Hi, Gemini user. Sorry, Gemini here, Facebook user. I don't know your name. Maybe you can tell me your name. So Gemini, there's got to be this kind of middle road. Emotionally as well, I feel that there's been a few spikes, although Geminis may have been feeling a sexiness also, but not really been utilizing it because of this retrograde. So what I'm saying, Thursday, the end of the week, sees this going like that, moving forward. I said here that you are in for a positive time. Yeah. New things will evolve. Yeah. New things will move on. If you tuned in last week, I told Geminis to hold on to the purse strings because Geminis do like spending. Yeah. You've got the angel on one shoulder and the demon on the other. The demon says, yeah, you can have those new shoes. Go on, spoil yourself. And the Aries is, the angel is Aries. The angel is saying, don't do it, don't do it. It's all about that. Yeah. So, but by the end of the week, like I'm saying, you're going into this. Hi, Wendy, lovely to, well, not meet you, but have you on board. So by the end of the week, there is this moving forward. One side of Geminis is positive. The other one gets these negative feelings at times. I want the middle road. This retrograde is going, thank God, and you're going to start to move forward. By the end of this week, this flow is coming into the picture. So it's pretty good, Gemini. Just on a stress level, please be calm, okay? Right, for Geminis, I have picked a numerology card and I've also chosen a healing card. Now remember, I always leave these cards face down because I think it's quite exciting to see when I'm doing these weekly charts what comes up, and also if they kind of tally in with what I've wrote in my charts. And I think this one has tallied in. It's a waxing moon and it's saying the energy is gaining momentum. Now remember, Gemini, what I said about the end of this week, that you are going to start to energize, that there's a new energy. There is, thank you for your hearts, whoever you are. There is this new energy. It's starting to gain momentum. You're starting to think clearly. You're starting to move on, It's all about freedom, this card as well. Having the freedom to do it. Yeah. I think it's a beautiful card as well. I particularly like the colour. You see? Can you see the birds flying off into freedom? It's exactly what I'm kind of saying to you, Gemini. This is a new opening. Remember, this is the sun sign Gemini. It will affect all Geminis in some way, but it will affect specifics. Northern Utah, USA. Been twice to America, New York, Baltimore, Seattle. So, Geminis, purple is your favourite colour. It's one of mine too, but my most favourite is blue. So, we've got the card here, healing card for Gemini now, is manifest. And what does manifest mean? It means bringing things into reality. It means bringing new beginnings. It's like the manifestation process, things starting to generate in a new way. Hi, Mary Johnson. Hello to you. We're up to Gemini if you're just joining us. It's about forward motion. It's about an abundance. It's about a happiness, you know. It's about creating new things. It's a particularly wonderful card. And it's about manifesting, changing your being in a way and going forward. You can actually see it in this card if I hold it close up to the camera. Just tell me the time. I'm in Norway, by the way, everyone. Can you see kind of the spirit moving down into a new being and then finally sitting there with the positive catch in her hands? It's all about manifestation. It's all about manifesting into this newness. End of the week, Gemini, all positive, turning point Thursday. Okay, so that was Gemini for this week. I'm going to move on yet again. And we're going to move on to the wee crab, which is Cancer. Just let me have a wee sip of water. I use the word we a lot. It means small. Somebody called me Mrs. Doubtfire once because I said we. Okay, so you're 8 hours behind me because I'm in Norway. I'm from England, but I live in Norway. So now we're up to Cancer. Just let me shift this around a wee little bit. Got to remember how to do this. There we go. Love forecast. This is about your signs, sun signs for the coming week now, from Monday till next Monday. We're up to Cancer. I've already done Aries, Taurus, Gemini. If there is any, if it's not your sign, if those aren't your signs, maybe your sign will come up, and I may tune into some love on that sign. But these are general; it covers a lot of areas. Okay, so now we're up to the wee crabs. Now, if you tuned in last week on the Psychics Live website, yeah, you would have seen my live, and I was saying about Cancer, that Cancer have been, you know, if you look at a crab, they're in a protective shell. And sometimes they get lost in the fog. They are kind of floating on the tide into land, and then they're going out into deep waters. Hi, Sarah. Nice to make your acquaintance. They're floating in on the tide and they float back in. And sometimes when they float back in, it can get a bit not good for a Cancer. Yeah. Here, for this week, I've wrote here that your wee fog is lifting. Yeah. You know the way the fog lifts, it goes to mist and then it lifts. It's like that. Now you're in the mist phase. And soon that mist will clear. Tuesday, tomorrow, and we're just on the, well, here, we'll be going into Tuesday. If you live in Australia, you're already there. Yeah, I've put here. By tomorrow, I'm saying that Mercury ends this unpredictable last 3 weeks for Cancer. It's coming to a final closure and you're moving on. there is another little retrograde coming in, but I'm going to talk about that next week. You've got forgiveness, Cancer. You've got release of emotions. For some, there will be endings. For some, there will be new beginnings. It's about moving on. It's about you letting go, because Cancerians have been kind of having a few demons around them. Now, it's about letting those demons go. You know, you're cleaning everything out. It's getting rid. You are now in a shelling phase. You're coming out of your shell, Cancer. Wow. And starting to move on. For certain Cancerians, there will be a love, emotional issue, a love issue, and things are going to be a bit kind of all over the place. Yeah. Tomorrow sees this new cycle emerging, this cycle changing, this retrograde finally moving away, Cancer, and it sees you moving in on the wave and staying on land for a wee while. So that's good, isn't it? If you're single, Cancer, there could be new opportunities for a new love in your life. There is going to be an attraction, an attractive attraction. So keep that in your mind. Don't get yourself, Cancer, into any traps. Cancerians can be hurt easily. They want the roots. They want the deep water. They want to feel at one. Yeah. But I've wrote here that single Cancerians could be swooning in a new direction. You know? You've got to go with this flow. Allow it to happen, Cancer. Sarah, I haven't done Scorpio yet, but that's very sad. I'm sorry for you, Sarah, but I will be coming to that sign a bit later. So you're moving into a new emotion. You're coming in on the tide. You're staying on the banks for a while. Cancerians tend to, if they're unsure, they go into the wee shell and they hibernate and they stay there, you know. I want you to come out a wee bit. Start to play, yeah? There is this wanting, this need with Cancerians this week to get more in return. You know, I always say that in emotions or whatever we do in life, career, emotions, love, it's got to be two-way traffic, not one way. So, you know, you want to be seeing the returns for what you've given out. Trust comes into this a wee little bit as well. This Sunday, okay, so right at the end of the week, Venus and Mars are going to come together, yeah, and it's going to be in Leo, yeah. And it's going to be in your sort of territorial house, your root house, you know. So things are going to go into kind of this love cycle, this sensual cycle, Cancer. Lucky you. At the moment, I'm wishing I was a Cancer. So if you're in a relationship, it stabilizes, your life stabilizes. So there's more security. You've got the romantic planet here, which has been around you since June the 2nd. which could have brought a few highs with it, but you do need to allow it in. Stop staying in your shell. If you're partnered, you need to, this week, be making time for simple moments of emotion, enjoying it for what it is. Yeah. If you're single, I feel, boom, there's something coming in here. Please keep it in your mind. That was the charts for Cancer. I've also picked a Moonology card for Cancer, and also I've chosen a healing card. So let's have a look. So you've got the new moon in Capricorn, and on the card it says your hard work is now paying off. Now, what is that hard work? For me, it could be hard work in your career. It could be hard work in your home life. I particularly feel this is your hard work in your emotions. Your hard work in your emotions, your hard work in what's been going on. Retrograde, remember, it's about that paying off and you finally going into a forward motion and emotionally getting stronger and more at ease with yourself. Hi, Sarah. And more emotion with yourself. If I don't come back to you all, I can't pronounce your name, so I'll just say your second name, which is it Nita? Anyway, hello. So your hard work is paying off, Cancer. Yeah? You're coming to an ending, but a new beginning. It's like rebirthing. This retrograde, really well, has been seeing that. This week is about that moving forward. This week is about focusing on the new. Your hard work is paying off. You've got the new moon in Capricorn. You see this card here, I'll describe it a bit. You see the black moon, yeah? But can you see the ring of light around it? Mm-hmm. Things have been shaded for a while, but now that dark, that shadow is going to move away. So things are going to start to pay off. So I picked a healing card for Cancer. And funnily enough, remember I don't look at these cards till I go live. You've got the card of cycle of change, Cancer. And this card is about being open, yeah, not in your shell, being open, yeah, expecting and wanting change, to go with the flow and, go with the elements of the wind and blow with a new direction. It's all to help you through in your mind, in your healing, and in your charging. Sarah, I worked with Kat also. Oh, okay, that's good. It's all about this change, this cycles of change, this welcoming the element of the wind and to help you through and see you to the end of this week. Remember what I said when I started on Cancer? I said tomorrow is a key day. Tomorrow, Cancer, sees this beginning of this shift. I also said the end of the week, things being uplifted, you going with a different flow, you coming out of your shell and staying out. Cycles of change. She's taken her veil down. Time to come out of your shell. So that was Cancer the Crab for this week. Anybody Cancer, you can ask questions, remember that. So now we're up to the lion. Hang on a moment. There we are. They got a bit mixed up. Please stay on your line. I'm usually an organised person. Right, Leo. Leo. Right, tomorrow, Tuesday, right away, brings the arrival of new news. It's going to be, again, you know, this retrograde has been going through quite a lot of signs at the moment. So tomorrow sees an ending to kind of a 3-week cycle, which has been rolling back, coming forward. There's been tensions for Leo. There's been things which have got in the way for Leo, which are going to start lightening up now. There's about strengthening your commitment and moving on. The last few weeks have not been easy, but this week sees the ending and the curtailment of that I've wrote here. Tomorrow is giving you a moment to process everything which has happened. Bear with me. I need to go back to the chat. There we are. I'm doing them all, Sarah. So don't worry. You know, this last period has been retrograde. This next period seems it's zooming forward. Tomorrow is a key day for Leos as well. It seems the ending. There is this, I suppose, it's assessing how everything has been and putting it over there. Yeah. If some Leos have been feeling isolated or alone, yeah, this feeling will go. It's going to be replaced with new positive feelings. You want to get out there. For some in the world, it's summer. You need to get out there and start being sociable and moving on. Leos are a sociable sign, usually. They're very creative, they're very warm. You know, it's time to start doing those things, but you need to stop getting hung up on people that have affected you in a way. This is just, these are tests, yeah? A lot of that has been going on, but now it's going to shift and move on. Stanley, Jamie, I hope so. Are you a Leo? The other thing with Leos this week, you know, although it's starting to get positive and everything, which is very good, I don't want you putting too much things on the agenda. You know, it's all about just kind of enjoying it and going with the flow of it. Some of you may just, because they're feeling confident, put everything on their dinner plate, and I don't want you to do that. Because then you're just going to be rushing around and you're going to have minimal time for yourself and minimal time to do these things right. You know, because this is going to speed up now. Yeah, we've been over there now. It's going to start speeding up this week. I don't want you kind of going all over the place, going scatty. I just want you to remain calm and simply go with the flow of it, okay? And if you do, you're going to be making kind of huge changes and it's going to be positive for you. On the other hand, there is, I've wrote here that this full moon could bring mega changes if you are career-minded, into your work situations, and sees a new positive outcome in those directions this week and going into next week. Also, financially for Leos, there could be talk of getting more money or your hard work paying off and things connecting that way. So it's looking good, Leo. As ever, I've picked some cards out for Leo, like I did with the other signs. I picked a Moonology card, and it was the blue moon. So you have been kind of feeling down in the dumps, but it's saying on the card, believe in the impossible. Yeah, start to believe in the impossible, start to believe in a positive change, things moving on, things coming together again. Yeah, put yourself back together again. Things are going to be okay, Leo, but you got to believe it. Yeah, bit of positive thinking. Remember, this doesn't affect every Leo, but it's the sun signs, you see. But a lot of Leos will be feeling what I'm feeling. It's about belief in yourself. It's about being positive in yourself, letting go, shedding things and moving on. Believe in the impossible, because anything can happen if you do. I also chose a healing card for Leo, and that was abundance. Yeah. So, you know what I was talking about there, about new things, believing in the impossible, good things, positive change. This card here is about abundance. It's about great things coming. I did say that things were going to move on into this zone. You know, it's about feeling beautiful. It's about feeling positive. An overflow of things, an abundance. That's what abundance means, you know, that it's coming your way. But this card talks about, for as much as you're going to be receiving, you've got to give out as well. So you've got to give as well, please. Two-way traffic always in my books. This week we'll see an abundance. Tomorrow, yeah, is the turning point, wherever you are in the world, okay? And it sees the beginning of this path. Abundance. It's a beautiful card. It's an emotional card, but good emotion, yeah? So that was Leo. Hi, Stanley. Well, I hope it is, you know. And if you've been feeling a bit what I was saying, you know, it's time for that cycle change. And this week we'll see to it, well, the beginning of it anyway, the beginning of this change. So that was Leo. I'm just going to change the thingy-majig here. Just a second. There goes. Put on there. So, I always have to recap for a second on what I've wrote here. Please bear with me. Right. For a wee while, Virgos kind of have been concerned or worrying about things. It's more predominating in their career areas. It's more about work areas. It's how that's going to pan out, how that's going to move on, you know. And it's a bit about your finances as well, because financially, in order for things to progress, financially things have got to be okay, you know. And you want to see your hard work paying off. So it's like you've put a lot of eggs into certain baskets, Virgo. And it's about these eggs cracking open and you reaping some sort of reward and moving on. Okay, Stanley. Yeah, Stanley. Sorry. So for Virgos, it's about cracking new eggs and moving forward. And it's about new breakthroughs. It's about, all right, if you've been kind of plowing energy into something, it's about that now starting to see results. Emotionally, for Virgos, with people who are around them and family issues, I think that maybe there has been holding back. There needs to be a moving forward. Things are not as they seem. If you've got offspring, for example, there could be a few wee connection problems between you and them. So emotionally, it's got to see endings. Sorry, it's all talking. By the middle of this week, this will be motivated. So if there is any confusion family-wise or children-wise, things will start to move on. It's all about focusing on what you want, but actually seeing the results that you want. Things have been on a go slow. If you put energy into something and you're not seeing anything coming back, this week, particularly the end of the week, is going to see a return for your efforts. This coming Sunday sees Venus and Mars coming into your picture, which is going to bring an emotional connection, emotional feeling vibe into your love angles. So if you're footloose and fancy free, this weekend could see this new beginning for Virgos. There is like new connections to new people, you know. So even if you're attached, Virgo, thank you, Sarah. Even if you're attached, Virgo, there is this deepening of that. It's moving into a new cycle. Just reading here. Yeah. I've put here that Virgos this week, well, the past, have been wanting answers or wanting to see some sort of direction coming out of what they've already done. Yeah. So I'm saying here that Virgos is going to start to get that feedback, going to start to get that build up, going to start to be motivated because of that. But at the end of this week, yeah, Venus and Mars, there's kind of this blossoming, this new emotion as well. So romantically, it might not be romantically, it might be that you just meet new friends or whatever, but it's there. Yeah. Emotionally, you're moving on. Financially, right? Just play with what you've got or what you've involved yourself into for now. And don't take chances. You know what I'm saying? You're waiting for answers. Let these balloon first before you start thinking on other things. Yeah? Be earthed. You're an earth sign. And just focus on now and where you are now and what you've put energy into already. That was the charts for Virgo. I also picked a numerology card, and I also picked a healing card. Oh no, I didn't pick a healing card because I felt that Virgos needed 2 numerology cards. So you got 2 here. It's saying you are to be bold. Yeah. So it's the cardinal moon. It's saying be bold and stay in the moment. Whatever's been happening is going to bear fruit. It's also saying be bold about it, but it's also saying to not take chances. Be bold, yeah? Be positive about what's already happened. Janet. If you want these questions answered, you to go over to the website. These are sun sign astrological signs. Something may come up in your sun sign about the questions that you're asking. If you go over to the website, there'll be people there who will only be too glad to help you. So, yeah. So, where are we up to? Virgo. Be bold, yeah? Allow this, whatever you've been putting your energy in, to blossom, yeah? But on the other hand, don't be putting into anything else. Your emotions are running high, it says here, Virgo, which tallies in with what I was saying about the end of the week, this Venus coming into play. Emotionally, there is going to be a highlighted weekend, whether you're attached or not. If you're attached, it will see a deepening, it will see an emotion, it will see a new beginning. If you are single, yeah, it will see the potential for a new direction, somebody new coming around you, whether that's friend or foe. So, you know, it could be a romantic liaison, it could just be a good friendship, but things are there to make you feel positive about yourself, and you are to allow it to happen. There you go. All goes on from tomorrow, yeah, and the end of the week, the weekend. Deborah, you said she is a Virgo. Who? Right, I'm going to move on. Sign of balance, sign of the scales, sign of Libra. So we're getting there now. There we are. Let me look at what I calculated and wrote. Libra. Right, I always say Librans are the scales, and they are the sign of balance, but I've yet to meet one whose scales are completely balanced, because they're always doing this, yeah. But now and again, they are there, yeah. Your scales have been tilted for a wee while. Now, there's 2 areas I put here. One is your emotions and your stress. your mind. There could have been unsettlement in your mind. There could have been a wee bit of depression, which in turn brought stress. This is now coming to a cycle change, is now coming to an end. So things are going to move on. Could you excuse me a moment? I've just got to put my dog out. Go on then. That's a good girl. Come on then. Sorry about that. She was panting there because it's very warm tonight and she wanted water. Dog lovers will understand. So, Libra, there's been unbalance, there's been tensions, there's been stress, there's been emotion. There's also perhaps been aloneness. And also there's, for certain Librans, there could have been a few health issues. So please keep that in your mind. But this cycle change is coming to bring new directions. I keep forgetting to flip it onto the chat. There we are. Hi, Betty. The well-balanced one. Oh dear. Yes. So, Librans need to communicate how they're feeling in order to move on into this new phase. There's been this kind of lowness. It's now moving into a positiveness. Annette, hello. It's now moving into a positiveness. You need to talk about and communicate at times about what you're feeling. It's like you hold too much in, which in turn brings unbalance emotionally, creating stress. So get off your soapbox, yeah? Start to move forward. Health in your mind, health to do with chest areas may have plagued certain Librans. It's all to do a bit with stress. It could be that is why these areas of health have been enhanced. So move on. The 24th sees Capricorn's moon coming into your sign, and Capricorn is an earth sign. So, and it's shining its light and it's giving you renewed hope, Libra. So you're moving into this new phase. The basics, the emotion, health is going to start to shift. In one respect, you have been feeling a wee bit better, but sometimes your mind goes the other way. That has to do with the retrograde. I want you to bring yourself forward and stay there. I haven't done Capricorn yet, Annette. We'll get there. I'm going through all of them. So bear with me. So I want it to go this way. Your health is very highlighted. If you're not, I put here, if you're not a lover of drinking water, for example, you've got to drink more water. Now, that may be, you think, what's he on about? That's so simple. But it's important to drink water. It's important to cleanse yourself. Yeah. This Friday, right, and way up to December, Libra, there is going to be this shift. A lot of anxiety is going to move on. You're going to be soothing yourself and things are starting to look better. If you are in a family, if you have a partner or a would-be partner, you've got to teach them to do a bit for themselves. I want Librans to give themselves a bit of me time. Basically, that's what I'm saying, in order to bring balance in. Some of you could be agitated in your sleep, I've put here. Anxiety could be at a high level. It's time for calm, yeah? To have like a spiritual detox, yeah? Let things out. Venus, and we all know that Venus belongs to Libra, is actually coming into the picture. So things are going to start to move on. You're going to find emotionally that you can spring forward, yeah? Start to dance again in a way. Start to lighten up. And that's going to be there for the next few weeks, but it's predominantly at the end of this weekend when that will happen. You're going to be humorous. I know quite a few Librans, they do tend to be humorous. Sometimes I think it's kind of like a bluff. They can be humorous because they kind of don't want anybody else to see what's going on, you know? So it's about stopping worrying, stop the anxiety, and moving forward. You are going to start to accept things on a new level. Remember what I said, and it's with all signs, we've been going through this retrograde motion. Things are now going to be heading up, totting up, you know, the energy is going to be coming into focus and things are going to move on, yeah, for all signs. But Librans have had this kind of anxiety. I've had wee health problems. Some of you, not all of you. If it's not health, it's emotion. And it's about that now, at last, shifting. Nearly spilt my water. So I picked some cards again for Libra as well. And, well, this has just made me laugh because it is the new moon in Libra that I've chosen for your Moonology card. And, you know, I don't see these cards until I do my readings, because I leave them face down because I think it's rather exciting to see if they tally up with my chart. So we've got new moon in Libra. Remember what I said about Venus coming in at the end of the week? So it kind of tallies in with that, you know, so that's apt, isn't it? It's saying a new romantic cycle begins. Now, what do we know about romantic cycles? There could be a new romantic cycle. There could be a new emotion. There is going to be this balance, which is rare. And there is going to be this feeling of new emotion and putting the jigsaw puzzle back together again. You see the scales? Libra, but it's balanced. They're not tilting. It's a pretty nice card for Librans, I've got to admit. So, at the end of this week, sees this motivation. Yeah. Tomorrow, I'd say tomorrow for every sign, things are going to start kicking off in the right way. A new romantic cycle begins. You're going to be feeling a lot more emotionally at one with yourself and things being positive. I always find that card very apt. But it's come out there now, you know, after what I said in the charts. So then I chose a healing card for Libra, and it's this card here, which is the journey. It's about moving forward on life's path. It's about your timing. It's about getting support in order to do it. It's even about balance. You know, it says it here. It's saying that only you, really, at the end of the day, can travel on your own path and travel forward on your own path. It's about taking your wisdom, learning the lessons this week, focusing on them to enter this new phase. It's a beautiful card. See the rainbow? See the people moving up. It's about reaching your emotional goals. It's about feeling okay emotionally and anxiety leaving you. It's about health starting to feel good this week. It's a cozy card. It's a nice card, and you're to allow it. Yeah. So that was Libra. Any Librans in the audience? Tell me what you thought. Does it affect you? If anybody's wanting readings, remember the lines are open over on the live site. So now I'm going to shift this banner because we're moving on. And now we're to the stingy Scorpios. They're not all stingy. A lot are. Right, Scorpios. Let me go back to the chat. Sorry. There we are. So Scorpio. So let me have a little read. Right. This week, Scorpio. Facebook user, thank you, Paolo. A lot of it I can relate to. Oh, Betty. Yes, okay. And then Mary. Hello, will I find a new home? I'm what? Oh, packing. Well, I've gone through most of the sun signs, you know. If yours hasn't come up yet, I've got from Scorpio to Pisces to do. See if it comes up in that. Yeah, so now I'm up to Scorpio. Scorpios. While other signs have been kind of feeling emotional and going through emotional change, you really do need to curb your streak of jealousy or possession or giving this negative energy because you want things that much to change at the moment that everything is getting on your nerves in a way. You need to get away from the green-eyed monster. Yeah, particularly in relationships. Remember, this doesn't apply to all Scorpios. The green-eyed monster. I don't want to be called out for calling Scorpios jealous. But it's here. You're not to be possessive with people. You're to kind of relax and allow things to motivate and make change. Mary, I think you will. So keep packing. It's just come to me. You need to let go of old emotions as well this week, which have been holding you back. Please allow this green monster to go. You need to feel in love for the right reasons this week. I'm looking at Moonology cards and the charts. Brad. Wolf. Well, that's cool. My spirit animal is the wolf. So, Scorpio. Moving on, making change. But this kind of envy feeling, let go of it. It's going to be apparent now. until just after Tuesday. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday seems that you are running forward, and you need to kind of walk. Yeah, slow down, allow things to move into a new phase naturally. I'm asking you to go with the flow of things, to move on in that sense emotionally, and start to focus on the reality of things. Don't get into mini wars with people, you know. Scorpios can be this stingy, you know, and I want you to just refrain from that. Just be emotional, just be reflective, and just be a nice human being this week. On a more positive note, the full moon is going to bring a spurt of powerful energy around your social and career life, and sort of acquaintances and friends. This is going to be going on this week. There's going to be further sociability with other people. So there's going to be this emotion building up, this nice emotion. Yeah. Look out for that green-eyed monster. Don't allow that to spoil things. And it's like things are moving on. I feel career-wise, you're going to be setting good impressions this week, mainly Thursday and Friday, I said here. And there could be advancements to be made. Remember, it's not all Scorpios. There could be advancements to be made, and you're going to feel as if certain things are starting to buzz for you. Yeah, you're attracting certain audiences, you're feeling good with yourself, but there is this green monster, and I want you to put that over there. Sorry, Scorpio, but that's the way I feel. Pick some cards out for Scorpio. Remember that I said that there is going to be new options, although I was going on about green-eyed monster. Yeah. You know, karmically, you just need to be calm. But I did say, on the other hand, that things were going to start to flow, and there was going to be, for certain Scorpios, new opportunities by the end of the week. The Moonology card that I have chosen for Scorpio is the full moon in Gemini. It's saying the answers you need are coming, so you're to be patient. The end of this week could see that forward motion, that this is going to start to happen, that this is going to start to go with a different flow. If you get two options because it's the full moon in Gemini, you need to make your mind up which of these options you need to take. Friday is highlighted for that on the weekend in your charts. The answers you need are coming. Yeah, I would say that's a very positive card. And you need to take it at face value. You need to say, okay, these answers that I need are coming. And they're going to bring perhaps more than one direction. And you need to focus on that. There it is. The answers you need are coming. This week, go with the flow. Don't be green or envious. Remember, what we give out, we get back. Karma. Go with the flow. And I promise you, for certain Scorpios, by the end of this week, the answers you need are coming. So I chose a healing card for Scorpio. And the healing card that I chose was Sacred Love, which is this card here. Okay. I always kind of say this, like the Moonology card was a Gemini moon card. I always say that this sacred love is kind of a bit of a Gemini card, but it's about people coming together. It's about people merging together. It's about emotions coming together. It's about feeling a connection beyond words, It's like when we meet our karmic soul. It's about coming together. It's about feeling love. It's about feeling a calling. If you're attached, it's saying also that you must not uncompromise, the green-eyed monster, and be very level with everything. Don't get jealous. It's also a strengthening of self-love to yourself, loving yourself more and bringing your emotions to the future, bringing them out, motivating them. Yeah. Sacred love. Think about those words. See the two people and the two hearts? Yeah. Coming together, merging. For those of you that are not attached, this could be something new coming together. But for Scorpios, like I said, at the end of this week, new sociability, new connections, new direction. So although I said to you to not get jealous, I do feel that it's going to be a pretty good time for Scorpios, particularly towards the end of this week. Thank you. Now I'm going to move on to Sagittarius. There we are. There. Comments. So we're getting there now. This is Sagittarius for this week. I'm a Sagittarian. I guess there are some that are a Sagittarius. Now I know through my own self, I'm lucky I can calculate my other planets as well, but Sagittarians generally have been through kind of this tough ride, emotionally, again, we're back to this Mercury going that way and we want it to go that way. It's all been in the emotional parts of your life. It's all been in your heart emotionally. It's all been in that direction, and it's time to bring it on, Sagittarius. It's time to connect. It's time to listen to your heart and go into new directions. Now, it's quite odd, really. My first kind of words here, I put Sagittarius. Are you going to go with it or without it? In or out? Because we've been thinking, and it's not like Sagittarius. Sagittarians are usually forthright. You're the archer. You're pointing your arrow. You're moving forward. But they haven't been feeling like that. And it's to do with this retrograde, plus outside forces, not just the retrograde. A lot of people, Sagittarians, will have been going through emotion. Now, that emotion could be in many different facets. You could have been going through some grief, emotion, that type of grief. having to let go of things in your mind, spiritually and mentally. And you're probably thinking, why? This is not like me. Yeah. But it's this retrograde, and it's affected Sagittarians, not all of them, but a lot, in this way. There could be kind of past things which keep relaunching in your head, keep coming back into your head. It's about letting them go. If they were meant to be, they would have stayed there in your life, but they weren't meant to be. So let it go. A new cycle begins, this Mercury, thank the Lord, is going, and we're moving in to this new phase, this new positive outcome. It's moving on. But with Sagittarians, they like to analyze. Yeah, they think about everything. Even though they're positive and they move forward with great gusto, and they are quite an aloof sign, they like to, go on a holiday tomorrow and they book it. It's not been like that for Sagittarius. Now, there could be a lot of elements which have aided that, like coronavirus and these things. Usually they're spontaneous, and you haven't been. So things moving on, things moving into Venus, right, and Mars, which is going to make you hungry. It's going to make you hungry for new things, new adventures, new directions. So this is kind of the Sagittarius we know, and this is the Sagittarius coming back, rolling forward. We're the sign of honesty. If somebody doesn't give us that back, we can read it right away. Somebody around some of you, Sagittarians, may be dishonest or not give you the actual truth, white lies or something, but you'll know it. You will know it. And some Sagittarians, I've put here this week, may have some legal conclusions or something which needs to be dealt with actually being dealt with. So keep that in your mind. It's positive. Again, Sagittarius, right? If you've been carrying emotional loads, but they're not yours, they're everybody else's, you need to dump them. Yeah? Imagine that donkey. I'm a half horse, but imagine a donkey going up the hill, being weighed down, not only by your own, but by everyone else's. It's this time now to get rid, start to look at your own emotional load. You can't be doing with everybody else's. And moving on. On the other hand, there are some people that want to help Sagittarius, but because there's been this tension, because there's been this emotion, we're kind of blocking them out, and we need to let them in. Yeah. End of the week sees you letting go of that emotion, those bags on the donkey, sees you moving on, sees you moving forward. It sees about you being positive. But the thing is, when I talked about those emotional bags, this week you've got to practice your boundaries, because this week has got to be about you. I've picked a Moonology card and a healing card out for Sagittarius. Just one thing about Sagittarius, just before I move on. This week could see spiritual highlights. There could be, if you're sensitive or psychic, there could be visitations from people that you've loved. It's all about that. And it's now, you'll be very highly kind of tuned as well in one way. Yeah. If you walk into a building, you'll feel, whoa, what is that? Yeah. Not all Sagittarians, but a fair few, especially if you're psychic or sensitive. The Moonology card was the new moon in Leo for Sag, and pretty good card for Sagittarius. We tend to get on with Leos quite well. It's saying confidence is the key to success. Sagittarius is the key to success. Confidence, get the old you back, Sagittarius. Get the old Archer back. Start in your mind to think about what you're going to be doing when all this rubbish and all this health coronavirus is going away. It's time to pack your suitcases in your mind. That is what I'm saying. At the end of the week, your confidence is coming back to booming. You're going to feel this upsurge of energy. You're going to feel that things are starting to tick over in the way you would like them to tick over. Confidence is the key to your success. Be confident. Stop giving the confident energy out to everybody else for a wee while this week. Look at your own confident energy. Look at what you need for a change. Also, I said that some people around you may be kind of untrue. It's saying, have the confidence to say, I don't believe you're being honest. Moonology card for the Archers, Sagittarius. It's saying here that you need a kind of spiritual uplifting. I said Sagittarians this week are going to be feeling kind of hypersensitive and prone to feeling things. It's saying that you need to focus, and any sort of calm things or healing, meditation is going to be good. It's about opening your third eye, paying attention to all these little signs. You know what I said about if you feel somebody's being untruthful. Yeah. New opportunities within these challenges. So out of this will come something good. This is about your perceptive eye. Remember what I just said. Your third eye. Remember what I said in the charts. I said that you're going to be spiritually motivated, psychically motivated if you are sensitive that way. Your mind is going to be open. Your mind is going to be going with the flow. Meditation. Bring yourself back into the zone, the Sagittarius zone. Yeah? Start thinking about moi, you. I'm a Sagittarius, so I can be blunt, so I'm going to swear. Fuck everyone else and start thinking about you. So that's that. Let me just change this little wee Archer sign here over to Capricorn. There we are, Capricorn. We're really getting there now. We're up to Capricorn. Just let me have a recap on what I wrote here, calculated. Right, the big calculation here is that the full moon is actually in your sign, which is Capricorn, which is saying kind of that you've got to keep things above board. Yeah, you've got to be diplomatic about things. This full moon for Capricorns is about you getting just rewards, getting at long last the directions that you need. You have to be careful though, Capricorns. I've wrote here, you may get kind of irritated, tired, emotional. This is all to do with Mercury and Gemini. And it could bring some chaotic times. There is movement, there's changes. And I mean, some Capricorns could be physically moving. If you're moving house, if you're moving direction that way, if you're moving job, it's all about direction of motion. Yeah. And it's all about Mercury kind of going through Gemini. Remember, Gemini is the sign of the twin. It can become indecisive. You are to remain focused, Capricorn. You are to remain the earth sign that you are, with 2 feet firmly on the ground, whatever this week brings. Every sign has been going through this retrograde. It's now coming to its conclusion, you know. Tomorrow is a good day for everyone. Yeah. This Mercury is going to start rolling back. And for you, Capricorn, it's going to be in forward motion, I would say, until the first 2 weeks of July. But we're talking about the now. We're talking about this week. It is like making up for lost energies. It's like making up for things which you've kind of let go of or haven't been so committed to. It's time to take action. It's time to get back into things. It's time to start to move forward. Health-wise, again, it's about, like, you know, getting back to going to the gym or going for that run or going for that walk. You've got to sort of like say to yourself, this is the beginning of a new era and I've got to go with the flow of it. So you're hopping back on, you know, you're starting to steer the way you want it to go. Don't let objectiveness get in the way or hold you back. This retrograde has been there. Move it forward. Your time is now up until the first 2 weeks in July, and it starts this week. Yeah. So anything which has been shadowing, causing darkness, you know, I always laugh when I say that word darkness because it sounds really spooky, but darkness, let it go. Any shadows, let it go. You know, when Capricorn go through this kind of retrograde, they always, not all of them, but a lot of them, go through this thinking that, you know, it's like putting salt on your wounds. Yeah. I want you to put chocolate on your wounds. Yeah. Don't look too deeply. Don't be reflecting too deeply. Start to focus on what lessons this has brought to you. Utilize those lessons in focusing on a new beginning. I want you to be positive. Start getting fit physically and within your mind. Start to focus on where you want to be heading now. There's a lot of letting go. There is what I said about this shadow, this darkness. Go into the light. Allow a different flow. It's been clogging you. Now it's time for change. And it's going to happen from tomorrow. Just give me a wee second. Cards for Capricorn. Yeah, you see, the card that I chose, Moonology, for Capricorn was your commitment is being tested. Yeah. Your commitment to what? Yeah. Your commitment to the past or where you want to go. Commitment to you is the most important thing. Without you, you can't go forward. Bit of loving yourself in this card. Your commitment is being tested to things. Is this right for me, or do I walk away? Do I go with a different flow? I just feel it's time to be committed and time to commit yourself to that middle road and where you want to be going in your life. Letting go of those shadows that I talk about, This is the first quarter moon card. I'll show you it. Can you see the light? Yeah. Can you see the dark, the shadow? Let that start to shine full. Allow that shadow to go. Allow that darkness to go. Start feeling yourself, where you want to be hiking to. Yeah. It's about going into the light health-wise. It's about letting go of emotions, spiritually and mentally. It's about grief in one way, letting that grief go. If you've lost somebody or emotion, it's about changing that. It's about focusing on the new. It's a good card. You're not to allow that shadow which is wrapping around the moon take a hold. Capricorn, your healing card. I've chosen Goddess Awakening. A bit what I've been saying, This card is about a rebirthing. It's about, it's a feminine card, but it will be applicable to men as well. It's about walking into unknown territory. It's about taking chances. It's about your commitment being tested, like I said. Yeah. It's about you being guided to a birth of new things, but you are to embrace it, the change, and to welcome in the power into your life now, this week. Can you see the pregnant woman in the tent? Nobody's going to fall pregnant, or if you're a man, you're not going to get anyone pregnant. But it's about rebirthing. It's about birth. It's about moving on. You're in this protective tent. Pull the tent down, rebirth yourself, move into this phase. This retrograde, over, forward motion only. Tomorrow is the key. Turn it and the door will open. That was Capricorn for this week. Look towards the end of the week for new signals, please. Look towards the end of the week for feeling calm, feeling a-okay. Start focusing on your health a wee little bit. Go for that walk. Have healthy food. Start to look at you. Deborah, are you a Capricorn? Just answer that, please. Deborah Lowther. Before I move on. She put here. Okay. Thanks, Deborah. I feel like you're feeling lost and empty. It's kind of like walking through a smog. That's what I get from you. It's been like that for a while now. That's something that I feel. You know that feeling of banging your head against a brick wall? That's what I feel with you. And yeah, I feel that you want it to lift. I feel like you want it to go. There's a spirit here in the room with me. It's a man. This man, I think, and feel is around you, trying to help guide you. I don't know who he is. He may be related to you, but on the other side, this shadow with Capricorns is lifting. You will move on, Deborah. It's coming now, soon. Yeah, but you need to make the exit. Right, so now we are, I hope that helped a wee bit, Deborah. Well, there's lots of ways that you can help it through mindfulness, which I teach, through healing, through loving yourself, Deborah. I feel that's the key. So now I'm just going to shift this banner, because now we're up to the water bearers and we're up to Aquarius. There we go. So Aquarius, one of my favourite signs, and the other favourite one of mine is Taurus and Virgo. I connect very well to these people. I connect to everyone, but these people I do connect to. So, just let me have a wee read here. See what I've put. Oh, this is quite funny. Right. So, Tuesday, tomorrow, sees Mercury wrapping up, packing its bags and going. Yeah. Aquarius are going to start to feel positive. There's going to be a new kind of romantic feeling. There's going to be a new emotional feeling. And I want you to, like the sun shines and you're sunbathing, I want you to sunbathe in it. I need to turn back to the comments, sorry. I don't know. Just go over to the live website and check me out. I don't want to discuss prices on here. We all charge different prices, but just go over and have a look. Thank you, Deborah. So, just back to Aquarius. So this Mercury wrapping up, you're going to feel in a much different space. You've been through this kind of emotional inner turmoil, and now finally you're kind of moving on. Some Aquarians will be doing strange things, like to celebrate this new feeling, like going out and getting a new tattoo or anything. Avoid it. But there is a newness. There is a newness into work, emotion, romance. Things are going to start to focus. Aquarians have been through a dissecting time. They've been through a dissecting time. They've been analysing things, going deep into themselves. And this week is about that deepness finally popping out and you moving forward. You're opening up again, Aquarius. Things which have held you back, I've put here, are not going to be holding you back anymore. You're starting to go through a forward motion. The doors are starting to open up allow it to happen, Aquarius. Bit of healing needs to go on here, Aquarius, but this is more to do with your mind. It's more to do with what you have had to get rid of. You know, if you can imagine a butcher, if you can imagine a butcher and he hangs all this meat up on these hooks, yeah, you need to hang this. Oh, I did Aries right at the beginning. You'll have to come back next Monday. I'm so sorry. Sorry. If Aquarius, hanging this meat on these hooks, hanging these problems on the hook, and like a butcher, he looks at it to see which is the best. What can I chop up now? You've been chopping up, and each little chop up, you've been putting it into a bag, tying it up, and pushing it away. You've been through a strong period of analysation. I've also put a strange word here. It's like you've been swinging on a hammock. Yeah, I can just see you swinging on a hammock, and you've been digesting in the calmness, thinking, yeah, and observing what's happened and the question, why? Yeah, you're moving on. It's escaping. Yeah, you're starting to get to you, the bottom of you. There is this kind of nice feeling that you are going to start to see the good things in your life this week. Start to feel nice again, Aquarius. You've got so much going on that is positive. Yeah, I've even put here, you know, in your sleep, you're not having nightmares. You're having sweet dreams now. Lovely. It's all about making this analysation become reality, shedding it, saying bye-bye, and floating down the river. It's time. Now, not every Aquarius will be going through this, but a fair few will. I've also put here that because of the full moon in Capricorn, Thursday, it's like, which is the 24th, you're making a new nest for yourself. There's a new beginning on that day for certain Aquarians. That's when it all kicks off. Move it forward, move it on. This goes on until July. Beginnings of July sees you moving completely into this new cycle. And I do it like that because it's quite big for Aquarians. And I think that you're going to move on. I feel Neptune always has a really effect on Aquarius. But Neptune is kind of tired now. So Neptune is going into hibernation. That's the best way I can put it over to you. And it's going into hibernation way up till Christmas time. So you can rest assured, Aquarius, that you're out of this. There's still just a wee way to go. But tomorrow starts the beginning of that. I've also put here that there could be, for as much as I'm feeling positive, there could be some minor issues to do with family or squabbles, or don't get involved. Yeah. It says here, don't get involved. I've wrote it in black and white. Don't get involved. Just focus on the relationship to yourself, please, Aquarius. God, you know, it's been a working in process to come forward, you know. I can't wait, but no name and a kiss. Well, thank you for the kiss, But I can't wait. Whoever you are, tell me who you are. So again, this kind of emotion family, don't get involved. Put it over there. Just focus on you, please. It's about you this week. Yeah. But also I'm saying that it's carrying you forward, you know. This Neptune thing is going away. That was Amanda. Well, thank you, Amanda. Oh yeah. Thank you, Amanda. Yeah. And yeah, if you're Aquarius, it's all about this. Yeah. It's going to be good. Don't let family, I've just said about family, don't let it pull you, drag you. Let it go. This is your time. It could be any member of the family, generally. Yeah. And remember, this doesn't affect all Aquarians. Also, I'd like to say, Aquarians are going into a new emotional bubble. If you're attached, it's going to deepen. If you're unattached, be careful, because you're going into this emotional phase where a lot of people could be actually taking a fancy and coming in. Choose wisely, Aquarius. This is your new emotional beginning. Yeah. So allow it to unfold. So that was the charts for Aquarius. And now I'm going to do your cards. Just wait a moment. I need some water. Okay. You know, remember, I always lay these cards face down because I like to see if they tally in with my charts. So I've got here the South Node. Don't let your past hold you back. So Aquarius, there's been this analysation, there's been this, am I getting married? Who are you? Don't let your past hold you back. Start focusing, start moving on. It's been there, you've been questioning it, you've been digesting it, you've been dissecting it. Remember about the hooks and the butches. Yeah, let it go, start to focus on you. There's a new health regime. You're going to start to feel more balance within yourself. You're going to start to feel, I can go forward, I can make this happen. You know, so it's all positive. It's about a new spiritual cycle. Yeah, for you. It's been like this for a long while. And certain Aquarians have been trying to deal with this, not just now, for quite a few years. So keep that in your mind. Tomorrow is the start of this new modus. Yeah. As we get to the weekend, you're feeling more confident than you feel now. I feel that you're feeling generated and willed and confident, and you're going to start moving on. So it is all good for Aquarians, but allow this emotion to go. Your healing card is Reconnection, which is this card here. It's about separation. It's about clearing. It's about disconnection to things which have affected you, past, childhood past, everything. It's getting rid of it. It's about bridging your life onto new things. It's about fear letting go of the fear and bringing love back in. You need to look at your physical self as well. Start to emotionally feel physical with yourself. This week will see this override, this new thing coming in. Somebody over on YouTube, Donna Marie, hello to you. Nice to see you. So there is this new empathy, this new emotions, letting go of all these things which have shadowed you for a long while. It begins tomorrow. The end of the week sees new foundations, new beginnings. It's good. I like it. So there you go, Aquarius. This is going to be an excellent week to adopt these things into your life. So, just bear with me. I'd lost the Pisces. So finally, we're up to Pisces. The fish for this week. Let me just have a little wee read what I've put into my calculations here. You know, Pisces is a very sensitive... Oh, let me change the banner before we get going. That's great news, Amanda. So it tallied in with what I was saying about Aquarius. There we are, Pisces, the wee fish. You're welcome. So, Pisces the fish, a final one for tonight. What I've put here, you know, I've just said that Pisces are quite sensitive signs. They're the sign of the fish in the water. They're sensitive. They can be very psychic. I always say Pisces have a little bit of each sign in them because, you know, astrologically, it starts with Aries and goes right round to Pisces. And I feel they have a little bit of every sign in them in a psychic way. So it makes them very perceptive to things, makes them very sensitive. It makes them very emotional. I like Pisces. It's a nice sign. Sensitive and caring. But Pisceans, again, we're back to this kind of retrograde thingy, have been, you know, being weak. They haven't been positive. They haven't been this kind of spiritual, emotional person. There's been complex issues. There's been things which have annoyed you. There's been things, again, which created a shadow for Pisceans. You know, it's about focusing on your wellness. It's about, yeah, digesting what has happened, but moving on and learning the lessons from it. You are studying which is the best way to move forward now. From tomorrow and up until Friday, you're going to be thinking about this and plotting a new path. Pisces, the fish, like to swim in their schools. It's time to swim alone. Yeah, swim alone. Think about you. Make your excuses and move on. Yeah. Don't take on board, I've put here, until the end of this week. Don't take on board anyone else's problemos. Just think about you for a change in this plot or this path that you've got to do in order to change things. Analyze what's been going on. Use it as a lesson, a milestone. Emotionally, and within respect to relationships, and within respect to love. Pisceans, I always say, are in love with love. They are very dreamy, you know. But I want you to be less dreamy. I'd like... Is it full titles now? It's to stop being this dreamy for a while. Start focusing on reality. Yeah. Emotionally, you're lovely. Yeah. Start loving you a bit this week, it's saying here. Make you your understudy. Do you understand that? Make you your understudy. Look at what makes you tick. Swim away from the other fish in the school and start redirecting your path for you. You've also been looking at your physical side, your physical self. I'm not saying that you're ill, but I do, you know, like it's saying here, you need to kind of hop back on the good wagon, hop back on the spiritual wagon, look at what can make you feel good, you know, exercise, walking, these type of things. It's saying it's got to begin again for those of you that have been lapsing in that sense. Not all of you will be. Yeah. Also, this Thursday, full moon in Capricorn, sees this. You know, when I said to you, you need to swim against the school of fish for a while, sees this kind of parting of ways, because I don't want you to, in your thoughts and feelings, I don't want you to take too much on board from anyone else. I just want you to look after you, you know, and look after you and think about you. This is going to feel like the end of a milestone for Pisces, you know. Remember what I said about Pisces? They have a little bit of each sign in them. They take everybody on board. Tomorrow sees change. Tomorrow sees the beginning of this new epic direction. Thursday sees you finally being positive about you, being in a good isolation, yeah, because we can feel isolated and lonely, but it's a good isolation. It's like getting you back together. And then, you know what I said about being your own understudy, reflecting on you, loving you, yeah? Don't be second best in anything. Be the best, yeah? You see, Pisceans are always a bit shy about kind of singing their own praises or this type of thing. Let yourself shine a bit. Sing your own praises, you know? So what I'm saying to you there, you're lovely, and sing your own praises. It's as simple as that. It's like loving yourself, you know? It's not selfish to love yourself. It's not in a vain way. It's loving yourself inwardly, spiritually, knowing that you can do good for others, but sometimes in loving yourself, that you need to place yourself forward a wee little bit and don't allow others to overtake. It's as simple as that. This week, the weekend, Sunday, Saturday, sees you in a different modus. It sees you taking it up a notch, and you are feeling good, positive, spiritually aware, and looking forward to the next week. So now we're up to the cards which I chose for Pisces. You need to step out of your comfort zone, Pisces. It is time, you know when I said swim away from the school of fish, be your own person for a while. That's your comfort zone. You're a fish. You like swimming with all the little fish. It's time to swim another way, Step out of that comfort zone. Start to analyze you. It's very important. So you're going to be stepping out of your comfort zone. You're going to be analyzing you, putting your pieces back together, loving yourself this week, loving how you feel, thinking about you, and it's all very well me saying this, but generally Pisces, for as much as I'm saying, think about you and whatever, Pisces can go back, she's going through it. I need to help. Think about you. It's important. It's all very well given out to all these people, but in life it's got to be two-way traffic. And if it's not coming back, you're going to be one drained little fishy. Step out of your comfort zone. Move on. I've picked a healing card for Pisces, and that healing card was truth. Yeah. You need to remove all these little fantasies, Pisces. This idea of, I said it, being in love with the idea of being in love. Bring yourself into reality, but love yourself. I feel that certain situations have held you back from your freedom, from your truth, your identity, and you need to look at that again, and you need to focus on a positive new way forward. Truth comes protection, there comes strength. I always say that people are warriors, and we need to conquer, have the courage to know when something is not truthful. And this week, you may feel that certain people, are not being entirely honest, And this could be a bit, again, about swimming away from the school of fish and looking at you for once. Truth. It's a very positive card. It is also touching on an angel card because it's ruled by Archangel Michael. But one thing that card, the main reason of that card this week, removal of illusion. Get rid of it. Truth. Truth for you. Truth from others. Truth in your identity. Truth in loving you. So there you go. There's all your astrological signs for this week. Let me just change the there. So we've gone through all the signs from Aries to Pisces. I hope that you've enjoyed it. Remember, we have a vast array of psychics on Online Psychics Live. They're all pretty near the mark. Go and visit the site. Book a reading with some of them, if not me. And be positive, everybody. I'm going to play us out with my singing bowl, because I always find that after doing kind of these type of things, it brings me back into the moment. So I'll play us in with this and I'll play us out with this. On Wednesday, you may have seen, if you're involved in the groups, and if you're you are signed up to the Psychic Live Facebook page, I'm going live with energy healing, which is kind of, it is Reiki, but it's also, I believe in light healing. My healing comes from nature. I've always worked with nature, and it's about energizing you, making you feel positive, so you have a good week from Wednesday to Wednesday. This will happen on Wednesday, and it will be with me. All you need to bring, if you're going to come to the live, is light a candle, by you, and just bring yourself. Be nice to see some of you at the healing. So, singing bowl. Stay in the moment. That always brings me back into the moment. I love it. So, for those that have been a part of tonight, just let me go back to the comments, sorry. You're welcome. Linda. Thank you, Betty. Thank you, Amanda. Right, so that brought us all into the moment, my singing bowl. If you'd like to join me on here for the healing on Wednesday, it's at the same time. Hopefully there won't be any technical problems, and I'll go on at, I think it's 8 p.m. UK time. Can't remember the USA time, but it's advertised on the sites. I'm looking forward to doing the healing. I've been healing from 9 years of age. I started healing animals at that age. I'll do a wee discussion about that before I get into the healing, so you can know what it's all about. I think it's been very nice doing this live tonight, and I am sending everybody that's been a part of it lots of love, lots of light, and remember, online psychics live, all a great bunch of psychics, all nice people with empathy. So if you want a reading, go over there and join me perhaps for a reading, or the others. I'm sending everybody loads of love and light. Have a great week. For those that don't want to come to the healing and just want to come to my insights, I will see you next Monday. Thank you for joining me, and have a great week and a great night. Thank you.